Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to my weekly broadcast, Wednesday Whispers. I want to first thank you all for coming on tonight. I hope you are all doing fantastic. I hope you have some beautiful weather like we have here in Carberry, Manitoba. Um, just a couple things I want to talk about before I get rolling. That just gives a chance for a few people to pop on. All right. Um, What can I talk about? I am going on the road for my Angels on the Road tour. Very super excited about that. That tour begins on August the 14th. I am starting my tour off in Melville and then heading off to Regina, then Moose Jaw, Saskatoon, then Kenora, and ending my tour in Yorkton. I am super excited about that upcoming tour. I do have um, a couple, one or two spots available in each location. So grab those while they're still available. Spots are definitely booking up. So don't leave it till the last minute. As I said, that tour begins on August the 14th. To see the exact dates, I'm going to be in each location. You can go on my website, alisonswhisperingangels.com, where you will easily find my Central Saskatchewan Angels on the Road tour. Okay. Very, very super excited about that. All right. Good evening to you all. Thank you so much for being here with me, Susan and Lynn. Tamara, hi. Can't wait to see you. Oh, I can't wait to see you too. I believe you have a session booked on my tour. That is so fantastic, Tamara. Uh, Hi, Kim, Jamie, Gail. Hello, hello, everybody. Kelly, Lorraine, Nicole, Deanna, Elton. Hi, Elton. Thank you for being here with me. Pam, Stacy, Kim, and Dee Dee. Thank you to you all for being here with me. All right. In case I have any newcomers on tonight, I just want to quickly announce that if you do feel indeed that this is your loved one that I am connected with, you could please write a comment um, as soon as you believe it is for you. All right. It just makes things flow easier for me. There's a bit of a time delay between what I'm saying and what you're seeing. And so, if you could definitely say something as soon as you believe that this is your loved one, all right? And if someone has already spoken for that loved one, but you definitely feel that could be yours as well, I ask you to just please say something anyways. That is not a problem. I will work through it and I will figure out exactly who it is for. It is very, very important to me that these messages go to the right person. Okay. Uh, all right. So, hi, everybody. Andrea, hi. Lynn, Leanne, Jody, Christine, Cindy, hello. Christy, hi. Becky, Monica, hello. Thank you all so much for being here with me. As I said, one more last very quick thing I want to say before I get rolling tonight. Um, I just want to give a shout out to my beautiful, beautiful mother. It is her birthday coming up this Friday, and she is definitely one of my biggest supporters. My mom, Janie. Like I said, it is her birthday on Friday. So if there's any of you watching that is in my hometown area and you run into my mom, just know it is her birthday on Friday, and she definitely deserves all the birthday wishes. She out on her farm. She does not have internet, so she won't see this broadcast. But I'm just asking you to wish her a happy birthday if you see her on Friday, to my dear, dear mom. All right. So yes, thanks, Rox. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, everyone. I definitely now have enough people to get rolling on tonight's broadcast. Okay. Okay. The first loved one that I would love to bring forward is I have this wonderful man. Okay. I can feel his kindness. Okay. That's just coming through so clear at first. Okay. I've asked him for some details. Tell me a little bit about himself. Okay. Very interesting. He shows me that I don't think he's ever come and connected with me. Okay. I think this is his first time. Okay. That's what he's showing me. All right. So that's very interesting. Okay. That he showed me that. He has let me know indeed that he has passed from cancer. Okay. In this situation, he writes me, he drew me a great big C, and that is usually what they're trying to express to me. Okay. It says passing. Um, Cancer was definitely contributed to his illness. All right. He just let me know that he has a beautiful wife still here on earth, and he has beautiful children. Okay? When I say children, he just wrote me the number 3, letting me know that this man indeed had 3 children as well. All right. Aw. Okay. Beautifully enough, he shows me. Um, I just see. I can't see exactly what they look like, but I can just see that I see 2 females and a male. Okay, when he talks about his children, shows me that he has 2 daughters and a son. Okay, um, what a proud dad. Okay, dad. I believe he's trying to express to me that one of his 3 children is watching this broadcast tonight because he really emphasized on being a dad. Okay, so I believe that that is exactly what he's trying to say to me, is that one of his children is watching this tonight. This wonderful man, I ask for some more details. Okay. Hmm. Oh, wow. Okay. The next thing I don't know what this is. He shows me, he waved an American flag. I don't know if I've ever had that happen before. I can see it very clearly. He waved an American flag. I don't know if that's where he lived, his whole life, or when the time of his passing, or what the situation is. Okay, but this wonderful man, he's waving an American flag, and really interesting. I don't know what this is. All of a sudden, I can see some camouflage, like someone being in the army. Hmm, something about that too. Okay, somebody was in the army. Okay, and again, if you feel that this is your loved one, if you could just let me know by leaving a comment real quick. Okay, and because as soon as I make that connection, that's when things really start flowing through very quickly. All right. Um, a little bit of his appearance, I just want to say, um, this was not an overly tall man. I can see that. He shows me how he had lost weight, which makes sense. Unfortunately, that happens a lot when you're sick with cancer. But I just want to say, indeed, that definitely not a tall man. He shows me his brown hair. Okay. Um, okay, Christy, you think this might be your dad? All right. Okay. I will keep on going, and you let me know. As soon as I read your name, Christy, I could really, again, I just have to repeat something about camouflage. I don't know if someone was in the army here. Okay. And he's just showing such a proudness about that. Okay. Um, okay. Okay. I need to tell you, Christy, that he shows me how happy he is. Okay. Happy. And he shows me a real, Hmm. I need to tell you that's important. He wants me to make it very clear to you that he's with this a woman who I can feel is definitely a generation above him. I'm really, really feeling that this is his mother. He has a very, yes, he just showed me, he just shook his head, yes. Very close connection with his mom. His mom was everything to him, and he gets to be with his mother. Okay. He's very, very happy. That's very important for you to know. Okay. All of his pains and his sufferings are gone. Okay. He showed me how his passing was, it was time. Okay. And why I say that is he shows me a watch, and often that's what they're resembling, is it was definitely his time, and that it's so beautiful that all of his aches and pains and sufferings. It's really interesting. I don't know why he's showing me um, like his head was sore, and I'm not too sure what that was about exactly. But he's showing me that it was just so peaceful to be able to be, for all that to be released from him and not be suffering any longer, Christy. Okay. Um, and as I talked about him, about your dad being with what appeared to me to be his mom, he also just showed me being having, that's important for me to tell you. I believe he's trying to tell me that he has a dog. That's very important. There's a dog that, I don't know if this is a dog that you were missing, okay, or what that is, but he wants me to make that very clear to you that he has this dog, okay. He's taking care of this dog. He's beautiful, it's a bigger dog for sure. Whether it's a he or she, I'm not. I know I said he, but I'm not 100% sure. All I can tell you is this is a larger breed. Okay, I see a short-haired, large dog. Okay, and he's very much, Christy. I hope this is all making sense to you. He shows me that he has this beautiful dog with him as well. Okay. He just told me in my ear that you don't cease to amaze him. You have this way. You start projects. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know, Christy. I hope that's making sense to you. It's like telling me like you start projects and you just do them. Hmm. And it feels like renovations. Okay, like I don't know if you're doing any renos in your home or if you're about to. You're thinking about it. Okay, I think he's trying to talk about renovations in your home. Okay. Next, real quick before I move on to the next one, he shows me you very much enjoying water. Okay. Um, I know it's summer. I get that. It's hot, that kind of thing. But he's just showing me you in water, like kayaking, canoeing, type of water sport stuff. Okay. And as hard as it is for you, you know that you miss your dad. He wants me to make it very clear to you that he's around all of you. Okay. As I said, the number three, he's with all of his children, his beautiful wife. Um, He is with you in spirit. As I said that, he just showed me I could see a feather that was falling. And just please keep that in mind that I said that. I don't know if you have noticed a feather that is kind of in a, oh, where did that come from? You just kind of look down and it's by your feet or what that is. But he shows that to me. So just please know that, Christy. Um, uh, Nike and I were Air Force. We lost two big dogs in the last few years. Aw, you're always doing home projects? No way. No way. Absolutely. All right, Christy. Um, I'm so glad that all made sense. Okay. Like I said, all I could see was camouflage, and it felt like army. Okay, Air Force. Absolutely. That is fantastic. Okay, your dad. He showed such a proudness about that. Um, he's just reminding you, very, very, very proud of the adults that you all are now. All right. And so just please know that your wonderful dad is around you. And again, just want to say he shows me very much that he definitely has your dog. That's for sure. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Christy, for giving me that opportunity to connect with your wonderful dad tonight. Okay. And Barbie, thank you so much for saying that. That's so sweet. Yeah. Mm. All right. The next loved one that I'd love to bring forward is I have a female here. This lady lets me know she lived a good long life. I can see that, feel that. Um, Her age this evening with her, I'm not 100% sure. Hmm. I very, very much feel this was a woman who worked really, really hard. She feels like a farm wife. Okay. Um, I feel that farm atmosphere. I can see a garden. I can see the land. Okay. I feel that. Okay. Oh, I see a chalkboard. Interesting. And I'm seeing chalk written on a chalkboard. I'm not sure if she was a teacher or you're a teacher, whoever this is for. There's a teacher here somewhere. Okay. She lets me know that. This wonderful lady. All of a sudden, as I continue to connect with her, I feel that she must have really liked birds. Okay, and women often do. I'm just expressing that. I see that quite often, especially in that generation. The love of birds. I'm not saying that people don't like birds now, but I'm just saying then it definitely was a thing. And this lady as well. She's showing me birds. Okay. Um, this lovely woman. Um, hmm, she lets me know. I know I have viewers watching from different provinces. Actually, there's some of you that aren't even in Canada. Um, but this wonderful woman shows me, she wrote me Manitoba. So I want to say, I believe she's trying to express that indeed she is from Manitoba. Okay. Um, the next thing she's chosen to do is she writes me daughter. She lets me know that her daughter is watching this tonight. So this is a mom. Oh, that's beautiful. This is a wonderful, wonderful mom. Okay. Um, as I feel her presence, I just want to say that I can feel her personality. And please don't take it that I'm not saying that she's not a kind, loving mom, but it just, I feel her personality being that uh, I don't want to call her strict. It's hard to place that into words sometimes exactly how I feel and as I'm seeing it, and I don't want to say negative things, but I just feel like she's a very much a lady that would have said what she thought. I think maybe that's the best way to explain her. Okay, I just feel that about her. Okay, um, she shows me that again. She lived a good long life. I'm asking her how did she pass. Like the gentleman prior to this, he showed me the C for cancer, and with her, I'm not getting it clear enough to say. I'm not sure. All she just keeps showing me and sometimes I don't want to talk about it because it doesn't matter anymore. Okay, and all I can just see, she just keeps showing me that she lived a good long life. All right. Um, Again, her daughter is watching. Um, I would, as I see her appearance, I'd say she's of average height for a woman. Definitely not small. Okay, like not short. I mean, okay, average height, maybe a little bit taller. She shows me. I'm not too sure why, but she shows me earrings. I don't know if she's the type of lady who liked to wear earrings. She corrected me that only if she went to town, um, that she would have done that. Okay, um, she Hmm. All of a sudden, I can see this brick-looking house, and I don't know if this is the farmhouse or what the situation is, but all of a sudden, I could see a house, and it is. I could see some brick on it. Okay, um, this family farm, um, very important to her. Okay, She shows me there's some grain bins and there's a barn and so on and so forth. There's a dog there, and this lovely, lovely woman. Okay. Interestingly, she shows me music notes and whether she's just had a love for music. Okay. Maybe is all she's really getting at there. But it's really interesting. She takes me back to the chalkboard. Someone's a teacher. She's just really wanting to make that, addressing that. Someone's a teacher here. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Norma. Someone is a teacher here, and she keeps drawing that to my attention. This wonderful woman. Okay. Definitely. I'm not saying that they were dirt poor, but she shows me there was a lot of love. There might not have been a lot of money, but there was definitely a lot of love here. And she's making that also very, very clear. She just wants to express. Oh, beautiful. She just wants to express how she's with everybody. They're all there. Okay. Family, extended family. That was really interesting. Extended family. That she really drew that into the mix here. Okay. That they're all together in heaven. That's very, very important. All right. Um, okay. Bernice, could it be Jan, not a daughter, but good friends? Oh, that's possible, Bernice. Okay, that's possible. Okay. I'm gonna keep on going, and you let me know before I move on real quick. Um, mm, Again, asking for a little bit more information, Bernice. It's really important to me that you feel confident that um, this indeed is for you. Okay. Bernice, when I asked her for some specifics, I want to tell you that she showed me enjoying shopping. Okay. The gift of giving, so to speak. She loved to buy things for other people. I don't think quite so much for herself. Okay. As for other people. Okay. Again, now she drew me to the love of birds. Again, I'm sorry, I know I'm repeating that, but that's just I say things exactly as I see them. And uh, hmm, she definitely just wants to send her love and just to let you all know that she is doing fantastic. Okay. Kim says grandma, maybe. Okay, I'm not sure. Give me something really specific. I wish you guys could hear and see the things that I see and hear. I just heard Kim, and I just want to say when I read your message, I could hear this laugh, and that if you heard it again, you'd remember. She had it's like this spirit had a laugh that if you heard it again, you knew it was her. I don't know how to express that. Um, Oh, and Bernice says she loved her birds and shopping. And Bernice, like I said, I think you felt this was Jan. Yes, Jan. Again, her laugh. She's laughing and just so happy. And it's a laugh. Like I said, I wish you all could hear it. It's just so joyous and it just has so much heart in her laugh. Okay. And she's happy. And I need to make that so clear. Okay. Um, Aw, thank you so much, Dean. Okay. So just know, Bernice, indeed, that she's doing fantastic. She just wanted me to express to you right now, as I said that, she wanted me to like that she would hug you and give you a kiss on your cheek. Okay. Um, your relationship, you must have been very close. I can feel that bond and that connection. Okay. Um, And really interestingly, before I move on, I just need to tell you she shows me walking in the sand. I'm not sure what that's about. Which made me think, I just want to be honest, that made me think of, the footprints, I don't know if I want to call, yeah, a prayer, or, exactly what you would call that. I don't know what that's about. But anyways, Bernice, she showed me walking in the sand. I don't know. And I can see the footprints. Okay. And she's so healthy and happy. Okay. All right. And hmm, anyways, it's just all, you know, really, really interesting. Yes, I could stay connected with her, but I definitely, um, yeah, absolutely. You're very close, like sisters. That makes perfect sense. And you know what, Bernice, as I read your message when you said that about being sisters, she showed me what, I'm not sure what to call it, but you know how those crystals, that are like hanging on like a, hanging on a very uh, thin line, and you like put them in the window, and then they, in the sun, they make, it's very, very beautiful. Makes like a beautiful prisms. I don't know why she showed me that, a crystal that you would put in the window. Okay, hope that makes sense to you, Bernice. She's trying to express something to you. Okay, so thank you so much, Bernice, for giving me that opportunity to connect with your wonderful, wonderful friend Jan. All right, thank you so much, Bernice. Okay. All right. All right. Um, the very next loved one that I would love to bring forward is, I have another gentleman here. Hmm. Okay. You're most welcome, Bernice. This gentleman shows me, first of all, he's interesting. He shows me that he was a bigger man. We're going to start there because that's what he showed me. Okay. This was a bigger man. Okay. Um, he loved his wife so much, along with his children, of course. But it was really beautiful. Oh, that's why. Okay. He's expressing to me, he's showing me that him and his wife are together. Okay, they're in heaven together. That's absolutely beautiful. But this wonderful man, he's a bigger man, but his heart was the size of him. Now, I'm not saying he was, huge, 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 but I can just see he was a bigger man, and I can just feel how his heart is about as big as he is. Like, just such, and very social, might I add. I feel that he'd laugh. He's that type of person. He could find humor in almost anything. Just a wonderful man. Okay, him and his wife are very much together in heaven. Um, he shows me his complications. He's no longer here for it feels like a couple of different reasons. His heart, there was some high blood pressure, possibly diabetic. Yes, I think he was. I think just his passing was a bit of complications of a few things, really not just one exact thing, as I believe is what he's trying to express to me. Okay, he shows me how much his wife loved flowers, what she could do with flower beds. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's absolutely beautiful. I wish, absolutely breathtaking, her flowers. Okay, um, okay. As I was stating, um, this, oh, interesting. Next, he showed me a deck of cards. He definitely loved to play cards. Okay. Um, this is a special occasion. He lets me know that he's trying to connect with someone. So therefore, he's having a drink now. This is just a he seems to be just a that would be a very social thing to have a drink when there's a special occasion. Okay. Um, oh, interesting. Okay. The next thing he shows me is, that he is, if I to say, his skin tone, he's tanned. Okay. Um, I just need to say it like that. Okay, his skin tone appears to be quite tanned. All right. Again, he loved to socialize. He keeps showing me that over and over again. What a good man. He lets me know that he lived in a smaller. It feels like a farm, really, which wasn't too far from a town, not a city. Okay, these were very much, that just that kind of lifestyle. I can see it and I can feel it. And I need to talk about this driveway and how I can see on both sides of the driveway how his grass was really like no other. Um, this could be my aunt and uncle from Flin Flon. Okay. Um, all right, Barbie, on your dad's side. Okay. So that would be your dad's brother. All right. And Tekla says this might be your grandfather. Okay. I will carry on and I'm going to ask for something very specific. So, one of you will say yes and the other one will say no. Okay. Um, the first thing he chose to show me is when it came to his wife, that she loved jewelry. Okay, I can see in particular earrings. Okay, I don't know if that means that she wore them all the time or what, but he very much drew my eyes to her earrings, and I could feel that was something that she absolutely loved. So Tekla and Barbie, if that makes sense to either one of you for your aunt or your grandmother, please let me know. Um, hmm. Again, I want to ask for something extremely specific. Okay. Um, I was shown to talk about a little birdhouse. I don't know what that is. I don't know if your uncle or your grandfather like to make little birdhouses or what that's about. I don't know. But that was the next thing I was shown when I asked for something very specific. I was shown a little birdhouse. Okay. A little wooden birdhouse. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Tekla, yeah, we were laughing right now because Grandma's always about her jewelry. No way. And my grandpa used to make birdhouses. Absolutely, Tekla. That's yeah. There's no denying that. That's fantastic. All right, Tekla. Yeah, I would have to say this. This would definitely have to be sorry, I have to read back. Your grandparents. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Barbie. Thank you. So yes, Tekla. That makes perfect sense. Wonderful. Okay. All right. I need to tell you that your grandma and your grandpa together are doing extremely well. Um, as I said earlier about your grandfather being such a man of just could laugh, finds the humor in things, and just really enjoying being around other people. And he just wants me to talk about it. And heaven is like that too. There's plenty of time to visit. And Tekla, just know that Grandma and Grandpa are visiting and enjoying company of other people. Oh, interesting. I need to talk about Tekla. I don't know what this is about, but I need to talk about some really big, beautiful looking tomatoes. Okay, that was just shown to me right now. I don't know if that's you or who that is that's having something about beautiful tomatoes right now. Okay, or if your grandma did, I don't know, but I could see it so clearly. All right, they're trying to say something. Your grandma's trying to talk about tomatoes for some reason, Tekla. All right. Um, hmm. I don't know if someone likes to make a salsa. That was the next thing I seen. I don't know. You can let me know. That's not all making sense. But just know, again, before I move on, I just need to say that Grandma and Grandpa are oh and all, and I could hear some music in the background. I can hear it in the distance. Okay, I'm hearing some some old country music playing. It feels like a radio, really. Um, it's playing. Oh, it's beautiful. They're just so at peace. God's kingdom, heaven is so pure. It's so beautiful. Um, oh my God, my gran always had big tomatoes and mom makes salsa. That is fantastic, Tekla. Absolutely. Okay. That's fantastic. Again, when I asked for some specifics, they brought it tonight. That is fantastic. And so just know, like what I'm saying to you, that they're just sending their love, and I don't know who this is. Like I explain to people when I do this, when that connection gets made, the visions fly really fast, and sometimes, oh, don't cry. This is, yeah, I hope those are happy crying, Tekla. But just know that, excuse me, I lost my train of thought. When your loved ones when I make that connection, the visions, they keep flying really fast, because I only have a few minutes and they want to get in as much as possible. And sometimes I have to pick and choose what to say. Just that's all I can do. And like, I know, like, how the tomatoes didn't really make too much, from jewelry to tomatoes. But that's just their way of just showing you that exactly this is them. They're happy and showing you things to give you memories of good things. For an example, like your grandma's tomatoes. Okay, those were happy times. Hardworking, yes, but those were good times in her life. Okay, and so just know, as I know that you are missing them dearly. Interesting, like I can't even get my thoughts out, and the next things are coming, and I need to talk about. There's a boy here, Tekla. I have no idea. All of a sudden, I can see him so clearly. I believe he's alive and well. Like, I don't know if this is your child or whose child this is, but they're bringing my attention to a male here. And it's just their way of showing me that they're watching over you guys, especially this boy. I can see this boy, Tekla. Okay. A little more detail. He looks like lighter brown hair. Okay. Hmm. And they're just, again, as I said, they're just trying to express to you. Oh, and next they talk about their wedding bands. I don't know who has them or what the situation is, but I can see their wedding bands. Okay. All right. So just know, Tekla, indeed, that your grandparents are doing very, very well. They're very happy and in absolutely complete harmony in heaven. All right. And so just know that. Thank you so much, Tekla, for giving me that opportunity to connect with your wonderful grandparents tonight. You're most welcome, Tekla. Thank you for tuning in. All right, the very next loved one that I'd love to bring forward is I have another female here. I have this wonderful lady. Um, oh, there we go. She tells me that she is a Baba. Okay. Um, yes. So that must mean something to someone. She addresses herself in that way. Okay. This lovely lady. Mm. I need to talk about how mm, personalities really come through for me. Sometimes more than appearances, but nonetheless, I need to say, with her personality, you and her, first of all, had an extremely wonderful relationship. Your grandma, your baba, okay, I just say that. You were like she was like your mom in a sense. Okay, you were very close. You had a great relationship. All of a sudden, I need to talk about. She made some wonderful jams. I see that. Oh, they look delicious. Those berries were picked. You might even have helped her with that, actually. think that's where she's going with that. Okay. You guys picked berries together, and then, but she definitely did, and turned that into jams. Okay. She shows me these, what looks like wild mushrooms. I hate to say that. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight, Barbie. Nicole, your Baba, your grandmother, and she was like, your mom, beautiful. Okay. I'm gonna keep on rolling. Uh, I need to say that I can see her appearance a little bit. Okay. Um, her appearance, and now I can hear her voice. It's really, really interesting. And you sure did help her. That's wonderful. Um, few things. Again, things really start flying when a connection gets made. But anyways, um, as I talked about the picking of the fruit, I want to talk about, like, I don't know if someone had a hard time with mosquito bites. It kind of feels that way. Um, Morals from the bush. All right. Um, Again, I'm going back to mosquitoes, and I know mosquitoes are so frustrating and hard to deal with when you're in the bush, that kind of thing, and picking fruit. But I don't know if she's maybe talking about somebody, maybe swelling from mosquito bites. I'm not really sure, but she shows up to me. As I said a minute ago, I can see her appearance. This was not a tiny lady. She was not a big lady either. Maybe, if I can say, maybe a little bit, pleasantly plump, if I can use those words. That's how she's presenting herself. Okay. She tells me, I like to eat. I like baking. Baking was a thing with her. Cooking too, of course, but her baking, she liked to eat. Again, like just a little bit pleasantly plump. Nicole, I hope this is making sense to you. Okay. Um, I don't know what this is, Nicole, but she's talking about, she and it kind I'm not sure. She's showing me what looks like a child going down a slide that goes into water or something like that, Nicole. I hope that's making sense to you too. Um, your niece Tiana used to swell big time with bites. Okay. Okay. All right. So that would be your niece. Okay. So that would be her great grandchild, then, I suppose. Okay, which would make sense. Bringing that up, then, that means that she is trying to talk about your niece Tiana. That's usually how that works. Instead of writing me, and you used to bake all the time. Yeah, absolutely, perfect. She's talking about your niece Tiana for a moment. Um, Okay. I just asked her what about her, and she showed me. I just need to tell you, Nicole. I hope this makes sense. I have no idea how old this child is or what situation is, but she showed me this girl, and I need to talk about how she is. You can totally tell that your niece is part of your family. Like that, the look, okay, her appearance. I don't know if she's trying to say that she looks like, a young version of your grandmother, something along that line. She's really talking about your niece's appearance. Okay. Um, oh, it was her granddaughter. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Right. My apologies. Okay. Yes. Okay. Um, and she just showed me right now. I know we already discussed. I call Tiana my niece, but she is my cousin. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. But she's talking about her appearance and how she's turning into, as she's getting older, she's starting to look like your family. You can tell that she is of your grandma's bloodline. Okay, she's just making that connection for me. I can feel it. Okay, um, she watched over that child. Okay, however old she is, I don't know, but she's just really bringing emphasis on her. And I can hear a phone ringing. That's really interesting. She wants me to talk about you and Tiana, about you. She's asking of you to connect with her. Okay, she is, for whatever reason, whether you need her or she needs you, one of the two. Okay, she's bringing that up. Oh, she's been very sick lately. Well, that would make a lot of sense why I'm saying she's asking of you to phone her, to check on her. I always hear the phone ring in heaven, okay? Now whether that's text or FaceTime or whatever, okay, that it would take you, Nicole, to indeed be in contact with your cousin who, like I said, gets affected by the mosquito bites. Okay. She's just trying to bring that to you, but she wants to take a minute to talk about you. Okay. She tells me that you can't eat a pierogi without thinking of her. She just showed that to me, Nicole. And I feel like she's showing me you laughing, and I hope that brought some joy to you. And she's like, because that's true. And she's hoping that makes a happy memory. Okay. She wants you to be nothing but happy when you think about your grandmother, who was like a mother to you. Indeed, she very much just wants you to be happy and have good, wonderful thoughts. Okay. Um, Next, she brings me to what kind of looks like an overgrown. I will reach out. Tiana, Grandma, and I were always very close. Oh, Tiana, Grandma, and I were very close. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. That makes perfect sense to why I was seeing what I was seeing. Perfect. All right. Thank you for doing that. Okay. Um, Next, she takes me to this what looks like a very overgrown yard. I don't know whose, but I see it. She's talking about it. And it feels like, I don't know if nobody lives there anymore. Kind of looks that way to me. And it's like you visit it or you've been there lately. I don't know. That's how it feels. Yes, something like that. I'm seeing this yard where like the grass hasn't really been no, I cannot. She taught me. Okay. Okay. Again, the pierogies, that's perfect. Okay. Again, this yard. Showing me this old yard, and it feels like you understand what I'm getting at. Okay. I hope you do. Okay. Um, she has a kiss on your cheek from her. I hate to tell you that. There's nothing but love. She is with you, Nicole, through your hard times, through your hardships in life. She's there for your happy times. Um, I don't know what show, but a special. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I can almost see it. Just 1 second. Her yard in Kenville. I drive by the other day. Oh no way! And I think of her. And I think of all my times with them. Oh, no way. Perfect. That's exactly what she's talking about. And when you think of her, Nicole, she's right there. That's her way of showing you that she's listening. Okay. Your loved ones, will prove that to you over and over again. They will tell you things that was her way of expressing that she knows you do that. Okay. Because she's around and she's with you in spirit. And that's absolutely, absolutely beautiful. Keep talking to her. As I said, she's very much with you through your hard times. Um, Again, as I expressed earlier, the visions keep coming. Something about ginger snaps. Again, this is just to make you smile. As I said, she just wants you to be happy. Someone really likes ginger snaps. She brings that up. That's quite the detail. But anyways, she's extremely happy, and she just wants you to be happy too. Okay. Really interesting. She shows me about that you'll understand this. It's symbolic. Oh, and you just put flowers on her grave here at White Court today. That is fantastic. And then she came tonight to to connect with you. That is absolutely beautiful. Do not take that as a coincidence. That is her way of wanting to thank you for that, Nicole. Absolutely. Without a doubt. Yeah. It was so bare, I couldn't handle it. I needed to do something for her. Oh, that's beautiful. Well, thank you. Thank you. She thanks you, not me. She thanks you. Um, that's wonderful. Okay. And yeah, Tim really likes ginger snaps. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, because I knew somebody does. That's her way of bringing him up, Nicole. She's bringing up Tim. Okay, and she just put a big smile on her face. Okay, there's a lot of love. She loves you both. She loves you both very, very much. Okay, um, say hello to him if he is not watching this. Say hello to him from her. All right, Nicole. Uh, Again, she just wanted to send her love, and please be in contact with your cousin, and that would make your grandma is asking that of you. Okay, to do her part for her, and indeed make sure that Tiana, I believe her name was, um, that you be there for her, for your grandmother, if that makes sense. All right. Thank you so much, Nicole, for giving me the opportunity to connect tonight. Okay, connect with your wonderful Baba. All right. Thank you so much, Nicole. Okay. All right. Um, the next loved one that I would love to bring forward. Okay. I have a gentleman here. I need to tell you the first thing he has chosen to show me is that he is no longer here because of cancer. Oh, okay. You're most welcome, Nicole. This gentleman, this wonderful spirit, he shows me he is no longer here because of cancer. I feel this man was definitely a farmer. I can feel that. I can see his hat. I can see his body structure. I can see the land around him. Um, for some reason, he's showing me some old red barns. Okay, I can see them. Okay, this wonderful man. Selfless. That is the best word to describe this man. Here on earth, he was quite selfless. Okay, he would have done anything for anybody. Okay, he's flicking a lighter, which is really interesting. Okay, when someone is a smoker, for an example, I often can smell the cigarette burning, and for some reason, this gentleman is flicking a lighter. Now, did he smoke? I think so. I think that's what he's getting at. Okay. But I'm not 100%. Yes, I am. Yes, he showed it to me. Yes, I'm sure. Okay. Um, Thank you for being here, Becky. Um, it looks to me, by his appearance, Jamie, possibly your uncle. All right. All right, Jamie. I was just going to say, it looks to me him to have passed. It looks like by his, I would say his late 60s, maybe early 70s, Jamie. Um, and age talk next, he shows me quite a sizable yard. Okay, I can see that. What's a sizable yard? That's a vague statement. I know, um, but I just need to say it because I can see it. Okay, and I see this really nice grass. Okay, And I know I comment on that sometimes that they just really draw my eyes to the nice green grass. Okay. Uh, and next, Jamie, I want to talk about, as you said, this is possibly your uncle. He shows me children running around. Now, he brings it to my attention. I think he's trying to express that you would have spent more time with him when you were a child. That's how they show that to me. Is like, no, so I'm seeing these younger kids like in the summertime and stuff like that. I need to talk about that. I'm seeing these children running around this yard. Okay, and it appears to be summer. Okay, and Gail could be my grandpa. Okay, uh, hours of grass cutting, Jamie. Absolutely. I just want to say that makes perfect sense. And with that, hours of grass cutting. Next, I could see these really big, like spruce trees or evergreens. I can see that. Okay. I hope, Jamie, that I just hope that makes sense. They're huge. Okay. What a beautiful yard. Okay. Lots of laughter, lots of good times with family. Um, I need to talk about um, he brought me I just paused for a second because I was just seeing these different things. First of all, Jamie, if this makes sense, he shows me like what appears to be leaving a wife behind. Okay. She's beautiful. I hate to tell you that. She looks to have like lighter hair, I would say blonde or very light brown, but it kind of looks blonde to me, Jamie, um, as in what appears to be her wife. But having said that, uh, um, the spoons, I don't know what that is, Jamie, other than you let me know. I'm seeing like plain spoons, if you know what I mean by that, like on your knee. Um, this man is very, like I said, very family orientated, and I'm seeing what looks like daughters. Okay. Um, hmm. But no, no, not just daughters, because I could see a male here too. Okay, and he brought it to my attention like there's a son here. Oh, they are now together. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, Jamie. Okay, absolutely. I need to tell you, he shows me there's a boy here. I can see these girls, but then he drew my eyes to a boy that looks like he's trying to express to me that you would have a cousin that is close to you in age. Okay, he's really drawing attention to that. And next, he moves on to skidooing. I don't know why. Snowmobiling. Okay. I had to say that too. Snowmobiling. This was a man that you inspire to be like, Jamie. I can feel that. I hear it. I see it. I don't know why. I just do. Okay. I feel it. He was such a good person, and he's someone that you think of often. You wonder how, you kind of think, I hope he's doing good. He was an inspiration. He was someone, the expression of who you want to be like when you grow up, kind of thing. He was a wonderful man, and he's watching over you. Okay. I don't know who he's talking about exactly. If he's talking about himself, you, who he is. He's showing me like race car driving, okay, like around the track. And it looks like on television. Okay, I just need to say that real quick. This, your wonderful uncle is. Aw, I don't say this very often. He made it very clear to me to say to you, Jamie, that he is one of your guardian angels. He loves to watch over you. Okay, he's super proud of you, very proud of you. You I was sorry. I took a pause because I was listening and watching him, and you have hmm, amongst your relatives, or if I could say like what feels like your first cousins kind of thing. Um, you had a close relationship. I feel that he's showing that you just had like a little extra special bond, Jamie. I hope that makes sense to you. He's showing that to me, and you stand out. Like, you kind of stand out in the crowd when it comes to your family for some reason. I'm not really 100% sure what he means that by that, but he's smiling and he's happy. Okay, they're very happy. Him and his wife. Again, I just want you to. He lived in Regina, and I always asked to go karts. Oh no, wait, that exactly. That was the racetrack. Absolutely. That is perfect. Yes. Yes, you betcha. That is so great. You betcha. Again, how I explain this, that's just his way of bringing up a memory. And you probably would have smiled, when you caught what I said about the racetrack. I thought it was cars, but it's go-karts. That it would have made you smile. It warmed your heart. And that's just what they're trying to do. Okay. And you're definitely one of the tallest. That would explain what he means by you standing out in all of your cousins. Okay. He shows me, as I read that exact message, it was interesting, Jamie. I want to talk about you. He shows me you being close with a female here, a first cousin is what it looked like to me. When you were kids now, I'm talking about. I don't know. I don't know who that is. But you having a good relationship, a good communication between you and her. Okay. I don't know if that's his child or what he means by that, but I could see it. I can see this female. Okay. Also, you and her being quite close. Family, very family orientated, this guy. And he just showed me what looks like you laughing. He was, okay. He was funny. He was quite the character. As I talked about, you being like him, wanting to be like him. He was also, like someone to look up to, but also his personality. He was funny and he was so fun to be around. I need to mention that as well. Okay, Jamie, what a fantastic uncle. What an inspiration. And again, as I said earlier, he very much loves to be around you. Okay. He is definitely one of your guardian angels. And just as I was about to say that, my words kind of stopped for a second there because he interrupted me politely, might I add, and showed me fishing. And I think it really felt like he's expressing to me that that's something you have thought about going to do here lately, maybe. Or you and him fish together. One of the two. But it truthfully felt more like he was just trying to show you that he's around you about going fishing. Something about that. Okay? I just had to say it real quick. I know I'm over time, but these messages are important because all of a sudden he showed me fishing. Yeah, I'm so glad that makes sense to you, Jamie. That's perfect. Wonderful. Okay? He wanted to put that in there real quick about fishing. Okay? So just know that. Okay? He's a wonderful man. Okay? Again, he's proud of you. He just wrote proud. That's why I said it again. I just read the word proud. He's very proud of you. Keep your chin up. Okay? All right. So thank you so much, Jamie, for giving me that opportunity to connect with him. And thank you for being here with me. I really appreciate it. All right. And I thank all of you for tuning in tonight for Wednesday Whispers. If you could please share my broadcast, it would be greatly, greatly appreciated. The more you share it, the more it reaches other people. The more it reaches other people, the more people I get to help. Okay. And that's all I'm asking from you guys. Please share. Okay. It'd be really appreciated. Thank you so much. I hope indeed that you have a great week. And Deanna, super excited. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, I have an appointment with you tomorrow. That is fantastic. I look forward to seeing you too. All right, I hope everybody has a great week ahead and keep enjoying your summer. It's going by so fast. Until next week, everybody,